Capricorn. Welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. Capricorn, this is going to be a general reading for you for October 2024. And in today's reading, we are going to be doing the Healing Yourself reading. And it's new to this channel. So this reading is inspired by a woman by the name of Ina Segal. And I was introduced to her through a book that I purchased in 2020. So in 2020, I had some very intensive distance energy work done by an Australian energy worker, and who absolutely blew me away. And she would get into my energy, clear out my chakras, balance my chakras, and also would see certain parts of my body that were revealing things about what I needed to heal, like we're holding certain emotions or, things that have happened to me in the past. And she would read from this book, and I finally asked her, I said, what book are you reading? Like, where are you getting this information from? It was so fascinating. And so she told me about it. She said, it's a book called The Secret Language of Your Body, and it's written by Ina Segal. And it's a very intuitive book. And Ina herself is a healing coach for sure. And she's very intuitive, very much in touch with the body. And, if you have any ailment or any disease or anything that, it could be an allergy, it could be food allergy, or anything that goes on with your body, your fingers, your feet, your ankles, or, your organs, they're all in here. And it has an explanation for every single one of them and what they're representing for you. So this is a book that is well loved in my house. I keep it on my living room table, and I'm always looking at it when something's coming up with me. And then I got very excited because just recently Ina produced an oracle deck called Healing Yourself. And she has these 36 oracle cards, and I thought, I gotta get those because I'm sure I could use them on my channel. So sure enough, I did, and this is my reading for this month. And so far it's been working out beautifully. I pull a card from this deck, and that will be my main theme for the month of, really tell us what you're working on here. And then I will pull my cards from the tarot, where I'll look at what situation, problem, issue you're dealing with, pattern maybe you're dealing with this month, and it's going to be related to this theme. And then we'll look at in the second part, we'll look at what is coming up from your shadow to heal. And so we're going to be doing some shadow work, and it's really important to look at what's in your shadow and heal that, because that is what's going to drive this situation or your problem or your pattern that you're seeing coming up in your life, because there's something that needs healing in your shadow. So if those two terms, shadow and shadow work, are new to you, I will leave a really good video that I've done in my description box. It's called My Powerful 4-Step Guide to Shadow Work. And it's a video that I put on from my other channel called Carol Cares. And it's a video that I've put together, a compilation of how I do my own shadow work and how I've been doing it intensively for 7.5 years. Just gives you a direction of how to do it and where to start. And then from this point, we're going to look at some advice from the tarot as to how you can begin. This is a healing journey. It's a journey. It's a process. And so we're just going to look at how you can begin, right? To kind of look at this situation, bring awareness to it, and start to heal it. And I will give you, also suggest some playlists, some videos for you from my channel, Carol Cares. And because that's where I have like a lot of videos for the healing journey and helpful videos for you. And they'll be more specific to what you're dealing with, what you need to look at in this reading. All right, so let's begin right now. And I think maybe I didn't mention to you that I'm offering personal readings if you're interested. So you can look in the description box and also in the comments section, and there's a link there that will bring you to my carolcares.com website, right on the Yellow Cardinal Tarot page. And there's about 6 readings there you can look up, different prices. And if you're interested in a personal reading, there's one for you there. Okay, so we're going to ask for a card for Capricorn. What is Capricorn? What theme are we looking at this month for Capricorn for October? All right, so one card, please, for Capricorn for their theme. Capricorn, one card for Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, I'm just going to say right now, I just cut out a ton of shuffling, and this card finally came out. Now, I'm on my third last reading out of 12, and I have not had one that has repeated yet. And so I know that's why it's getting to the end. It's like, okay, I don't know. I have 2 more readings to go, and I'm like, am I going to get a different reading for the next 2? Because they've all been different, which is amazing. So you got number 14, soulmate. So let's see what that says. I'm going to get my little cheat sheet here so I can remind myself of what you're... All right, here we go. Put that here. Now I'm going to read from it, and then I'll have the main quote from the card up on the screen for the entire reading so you can kind of remember. I'll be referring back to it. All right, soulmate. Open your heart and invite sacred love. Your soulmate is not far from you. To connect with them, you need to open your heart. Call them in and have patience. If you are not ready to accept your soulmate, keep working on self-love. You will be drawn to your soulmate like a magnet and feel an immense sense of familiarity, like you have known them before. Your capacity to love will increase dramatically, and you will experience higher states of consciousness. No one can touch your heart in the same way that a soulmate can. It is important to note that your soulmate will not necessarily be your partner. He or she may come in a completely different form than you have imagined, but they will offer you incredible wisdom, growth, and expansion. Be aware that we connect with our soulmates when we are ready to truly evolve and move to the next level of consciousness and life experience. We attract them into our lives when we need to open our hearts fully and learn about unconditional love. Wow. I will say that we'll see what this brings. I mean, this isn't a channel where I promise you, soulmates or twin flames or lovers or anything like that. But it's just, I know that there's more to this card that sort of meets the eye here. So we're going to keep that here for now. We're going to see, I think what this is really going to focus on is what is blocking your ability to truly evolve and move to your next level of consciousness, because the reading did talk about, you need, in order to attract a soulmate or attract that one person in your life, whether it be intimate or not, it requires you to move to a next level of consciousness, because a lot of times we continue to invite the same types of people into our space that are not good for us. And it's because we need to do a lot of healing here. So this is a healing channel. So there will be some healing here for sure that's involved. So let's start off with the Tarot of the Abyss. And I'm going to pull 3 cards from that. And then I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Tarot, some clarifiers from the Tarot Vintage here. And then I'll pull a Spirit Animal Oracle card for you right here at the end. All right, so let's see. Let's see where this reading is going to go. Interesting reading for you. So I did do some pre-shuffling with these cards beforehand. So Capricorn, let's see where this goes with your soulmate card. So let's have one card for you that will talk about what situation, problem, pattern you're dealing with right now. Queen of Swords. And your shadow. What's coming up from your shadow to heal that's having an impact on this? Five of Pentacles in reverse. And advice from the tarot here, how you can begin to heal this. One card, please. The Emperor card in reverse. Okay, so let's have some clarification on the Queen of Swords. And again, I've shuffled these already before I came on. So 2 to 3 cards to clarify the Queen of Swords. Was it going to come out or not? Well, it's out. Guess I was supposed to do that. Second guess myself there. One more. Wow, got 3 more. Knight of Cups. Maybe it wants to. Page of Cups in reverse. And the Moon card. You have a lot going on here at the top. A lot going on right now. I don't know if you're feeling it, but there's a lot going on at the top to explain your situation. 5 of Pentacles. Well, you got the Devil. And then you got 2 others here that came out. The Lovers. They just fell out here. And then you got the 5 of Swords in reverse. How about the Emperor card here? Whew. I think you got this King of Swords first, in reverse. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. You have the 5 of Pentacles that have come out twice now. And this is for what's to heal here. And one more here. All right. The 8 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so let's look at this. Opening your heart, inviting sacred love in. And what needs to be healed here? So, we're going to start off the reading with, we have our theme. We need an overriding energy here. So, we start off with the High Priestess. And this card is taken from your yearly reading that I did for you in January. And I pulled 12 cards for you. And the card that I pulled for October was the High Priestess. And so the High Priestess is this feminine side to us. And we all have a masculine side and we have a feminine side. Now your masculine side is going to come out once. Yeah, I'll come out right here at the end here, your masculine side, your king. And your feminine side here. So she represents the feminine side. She has a feminine quality that we all have. She represents our intuition, our inner guidance, our inner knowing. Very, very strong, powerful quality that we all have. We just don't know. We don't know how to access our intuition, to know, our inner knowing. And the way that we access it is we need to get back into our body. It's something that we get when we get into our body. We can't stay up here. We have to get into our body to get in touch with that. So because there's some healing going on that's going to be happening to go on here for sure. And it's about getting back into our body and healing. And so how do we begin here? So we begin with another feminine quality, which is the Queen of Swords. And this time the Queen of Swords talks about the Queen of authenticity, of who we really are. And so I'm seeing here that there's a call here for you to take on this, to find out who you really are, right? Because oftentimes when we're wanting someone to come in, we're wanting a soulmate to come in, or that one person that's going to really get us and understand us. And I mean, I consider, believe it or not, my own life coach that I've been wanting a therapist, one that understood me all my life, until I finally found one 7.5 years ago, where I believe she's a soulmate. Like, I truly believe that, because she's the one that, she just kind of like someone that was kind of sent to the universe to help me out and to understand me and know what I was going through, because she just happened to have gone through it herself as well. And so here's this Queen of Swords saying it's time for you. It's time for you to get back to who you really are. Let's find out who you really are, Capricorn. And right behind it, I mean, you have the Queen of Swords, and then you get the Knight of Swords right beside it. So the Knights in my deck represent these, what I call the freedom fighters. They're like an adolescent part of us that wants to be free, to have authentic relationships. And this is something that we all have. We all want this freedom in different areas of our life. And you are wanting freedom. You want freedom too. There's a part of you that wants freedom to have these authentic relationships, and they can be authentic relationships with anyone and everyone, right? There's this call to get back to, this authenticity, but it's all going to start with you and you getting back to who you are. And so there's a real freedom here, a real drive. And so I'm wondering here if you're sitting with sometimes because this Knight is in reverse, we can really be dealing with, you have two Knights actually. You have the Knight of Swords, wanting authenticity and freedom through authenticity. And then you have the Knight of Cups here. And this Knight over here is again wanting freedom to be, to have authentic relationships, to offer your cup of love to people and to get that authenticity back. And so there's a real drive here, a need on your part, a want of freedom, want this freedom to be able to do this. And that's why this is coming out in the front on your first line here, because the need is there. And, the universe has heard, I'm sure, that the need is there for you. But there's some real healing to take place here, because you might be sitting with a lot of anger, because we're going to see what's in your shadow here and where this is coming from. But, chances are that you didn't get this when you were younger, and so you could be sitting with some anger. You could also be sitting with some real hopelessness, because that's what you've wanted all your life and you didn't get it. And so we can become really hopeless, and we can also be really angry at all these people that didn't show us what authentic relationships are like. And I'm seeing here that in between these two Knights here, these freedom fighters that are fighting for authenticity, is a Two of Pentacles. And this Two of Pentacles is an individual that in an upright position is very ungrounded. You see how they're juggling on one foot? They're very ungrounded. And look at the emotions in the background. And maybe this is your stomach, right? These emotions. Maybe you're one, like I said, maybe you go in and out of depression. You go up and down. Maybe you're angry some days. Maybe you're hopeless other days. And it could be somebody that's just just up and down with your emotions. And this also speaks about somebody that is a multitasker. And when your emotions are up and down like that all the time, you could be really multitasking and being very involved in many things and distracted, and that'll prevent you from dealing with what you need to deal with. When you keep you distracted and all up in your head, so that you don't have to deal with these emotions that are coming up for you to heal. Because you are so distracted, that there is this Page of Cups that you're not even noticing here. And it's in reverse because it's blocked. The pages in my deck are our inner children. We have more than one inner child. I know mainstream psychology likes to say we just have the one, but we have many. We can have it, a few of them anyway, because I've been on this healing journey for, like I said, intensively for a while now. So I know that I have more than one inner child. This particular inner child is the one that you don't want to ignore. And it's what I call, it's the Page of Cups here. And it's blocked, and that's why it's in reverse. But it's in an upright position here. If it's in an upright position, it's what I call my love seeker. It's the little part of you that wants love, that's trying to get back to the love that they didn't get when they were younger. Now, I'm not shocked that this came out, because here's a soulmate card that comes out. I mean, here's you wanting to truly, truly have the freedom to experience what authentic love really is. And you've got this younger child of yours that needs healing. And this is the little love seeker that will bring people into your space that will continue to basically shit on you and repeat the same type of patterns that you had when you were younger, because it's not healed. And this is this is the one page that will wreak the most havoc in your life, because it'll continue to find that one person, find that one soulmate, find that one savior that's going to finally love you. But you just keep repeating the same patterns over and over, because this little love seeker is the inner child, and all they know is what is the past. They only know what happened in the past. They don't understand that you're an adult now. And so they want to heal. And so they keep wreaking havoc and repeating all these same patterns in your life. And sometimes we'll go after people because we want to save them. We can have that savior complex where we want to save everybody else, when that one person that needs to be saved is ourselves. Right? And so I myself am still healing this part of me. I myself wanted soulmates so bad, wanted that one savior so bad. And when my own life coach told me that there was nobody coming to save me, I hated her. I hated what she said. That's not what I wanted to hear. I did not want to hear that. I wanted that one person to love me. There was going to be somebody that was going to come, and it was going to love me, and that was going to fix everything. And that's not how it works. And so when I pulled this soulmate card out, I was a bit scared, because I thought, oh no, because I don't read about, and I've reread these cards before I did this, before I do this reading, but it was like, oh no, people are going to think that I'm promising a soulmate. I'm promising someone that's going to come and love you like you've never been loved before. And I know a lot of tarot readers will talk to you and tell you that, which is absolute bullshit, because that's not what they need to tell you. Because in order for that one person to come in, you have to have worked on yourself enough, because otherwise this little love seeker is going to keep on pulling in the wrong people until you heal. Until you heal. And it's in reverse. And so that's the main card we have to focus on, was this little love seeker. It's always, when it comes on the table, it's like, okay, this is the main message here of your reading, is this little love seeker that needs to heal. It's a big part of us. Small part, but it's huge because of the havoc that it wreaks in our life. And right behind it are moon. Things that are hidden. Things that come out when the moon comes out. Things that we don't know about. Yeah, there are things you don't know about. There are things that are in your shadow that you don't know about. There are things that need to be healed. And but these little pages of ours, these inner children of ours, they have all our secrets. They know all our memories. They know all the things about us that we don't know. And that's why they need to be healed, because they tell us. They tell us lots of things. I got all my memories from my parts, I do parts work for therapy. And so all my inner children tell me the memories that I forgot, that I put away, that I blocked. They have all my memories, and they need to heal. They hold all the big emotions, all those big emotions that we're being asked now to feel for them, because they couldn't do it when they were younger. And so in your shadow, you start off with the Five of Pentacles. And here's a big emotion that you need to heal. And it would be a big emotion that your Page of Cups needs to heal, needs to grieve. Our Page of Cups needs to grieve. Our inner children need to grieve. They need to be heard. And they need to grieve. Five of Pentacles talks about these two individuals in an upright position that, need help. There's a person there in the background that's telling them, come on in, you need help. And they just don't feel worthy enough to actually accept the help. And so this is really an unworthiness card. Speaks about your unworthiness. Speaks about your shame. Shame, right? Feeling unworthy. And shame is definitely a big emotion that your inner child would hold. And it's not an emotion. It's kind of one of those hidden emotions, to be honest with you. Everyone has it, but no one wants to talk about it because it feels like absolute shit. No one goes around saying, I feel like shit. I hate myself. I mean, people do go around and say that, but it's not something that usually people will admit. It's something you like to hide and sweep under the carpet and not deal with it, right? But we all have shame, every single one of us. It's not an emotion we are born with. It's something that is given to us from other people that have shame. And so this is huge, that the fact that it's come out right here. And so right at the beginning of your shadow, this definitely is a card where you're going to have to start some of your healing that needs to be healed here. In order for you to get back to who you really are, you have to heal your shame because you carry it along. It's like you put this badge on you that says, I'm full of shame. And you, every single aspect of your life, every single relationship, it's like you have this sign on your head that says, I'm unworthy, and go ahead, treat me like shit. Go ahead, do this to me. Go ahead, and that's what it says. It's almost like it gives people permission to repeat the same patterns that you had when you were a child. You were taught what unworthiness was. You were made to feel unworthy when you were a child. And you continue to bring in these people that are unworthy. This is what this little Page of Cups does, right? And so in order to bring in that one person, that one love, and this is how you bring in any worthy, any authentic relationships in your life, not just intimate, but all of authentic relationships. You have to you have to heal the shame. And you have this devil card that comes in, and the devil talks about these attachments, these things that we're addicted to, usually are addictions, but because it's in your shadow, it's talking about attachment issues, abandonment issues, so forming healthy attachments, with people when we were a child. And I can see here that you didn't form attachments, healthy attachments with people in your shadow. These aren't healthy attachments. The devil, when it talks about attachments, they're not healthy, they're unhealthy attachments. So you were taught about unhealthy attachments when you were younger. And even this Lover's card here comes in, and the Lover's card talks about, it's a big universal force, this one. This is number 6 in the major arcana. And this card has a duality to it. All my 6s in my deck have a duality. And so the duality here talks about the feminine side to us and the masculine side. We all have a feminine and masculine side. And I've been talking about it already because it's going to come out. It's coming out 2 times in your reading. You have the Queen here, and then you've got the King of Swords coming out here. And so you've got that duality in your reading, and it's kind of like, one at the beginning and one at the end here. And it's saying here that, you didn't learn about the healthy masculine feminine side to yourself. There's a big side here of this feminine side, and she talks about emotions and feeling emotions, authenticity, authentic relationships, and that this side was not something that, or this union of the masculine and feminine side to you was not something that was healthy when you were younger. And so you didn't learn, like I said, about what a healthy relationship was. And, it's interesting because I need to talk about the two bookends here of your shadow. You started off with the Five of Pentacles, which is a shame card in my deck. You ended with the shame card in your shadow. The Five of Swords speaks about this individual. Look at his face. He's so smug and content with himself because he has just won this battle of the swords, right? And look at these jagged clouds up here. There's something not right with this card. It's a card that speaks about, for me, I call it my bullying card, because I look at this little individual right at the back. And he's got his hands in his face for a reason. When I grieve, when my little love seeker part grieves, sometimes I'm not sure if they're grieving from sadness or loss, or they're grieving from shame. But if I do this, I know this is shame. I just automatically go like this, and I'm grieving in my hand, and that tells me I'm grieving my shame. And so you have, and this is in reverse because it's blocked. There's a resistance to feeling this shame. But I mean, I'm going to leave you for sure with a playlist on shame, because shame is the emotion we feel when there's unworthiness here. And there's definitely unworthiness on your part. And that is what really is drawing in the wrong type of people for you, because you feel unworthy. Like I said, it's the two bookends of you were taught what it meant to be unworthy when you were younger. It's sitting right in your shadow, these big, huge emotions. Shame, unworthiness. So how can you start to heal this? How do you start to heal this so that you're able to move to another level of consciousness? Like it was said, I mean, I think the question I put here was, what is blocking your ability to truly evolve and move to the next level of consciousness? Well, it's the shame that you need to heal. And let's start off what needs to heal here. Well, the Emperor card comes in. I see this card as, this is the masculine energy. And so you have a king and so very, very strong masculine energy that you need to heal. And I can see here there's this softness of, at the beginning you had the Queen of Swords. So there was this softness of this feminine energy needing to come in. You started off with the Queen of Swords. You have the High Priestess, which is the other feminine energy of your intuition. And so you have two strong cards at the beginning, two feminine cards that want to come in, right? Because we talked about the Lover's card where you don't have that healthy joining of your feminine and masculine side. You're very much in your head, in your ego self, in your masculine side, because you're ending with that, and the universe wants you to take a look at that and see how these two cards, because your next card is the King. We'll talk about that along with the Emperor here, two masculine sides here. And so very much masculine side here that you need to move away from. Your Emperor card, first of all, in reverse, and both are in reverse here. There's a huge resistance on your part to moving into your body, to grounding into your body, to getting in touch with that feminine aspect of yourself, because there's that shitty shame that you'd have to face, right? And this Emperor card here is, he's often called a father figure. He's often, like, he's very controlling. I look at him as sort of, maybe you had a very controlling environment that you lived in, right? And so I'm wondering if that's what you're needing to look at. Or, you may be controlling yourself, because when we come from a controlling environment, we can tend to be quite controlling. That was my issue, right? I'm not nearly as controlling as I was before. I really am not. I used to be. But the Emperor is like that masculine side of us that wants to control stuff. That wants to control all of this, that wants to keep it all down, right? Let's not touch it. Let's keep status quo here, because you have the king right behind it. And the king is the masculine part of us, our ego self, that's saying, no, no, we're keeping a lid on all of this. And it's the king with the sword, with authenticity. The king wants nothing to do with authenticity. The king wants you to continue. The ego self wants you to continue to put your masks on and to show up in life. And, just show up and ignore the shame and pretend you don't have that shame, right? That's what we all do. We walk around with this heavy shame we're carrying, for some of us more heavier than others. And we don't want to show anybody that shame. Can't show that shame. And that means we can't feel it. But it's time, because right behind that shame comes this 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Here it is. It's sitting in your shadow. First card in your shadow, and here it is right now. The universe wants you to move away from hiding this shame. You've been hiding your shame from other people, your unworthiness and how you feel about yourself. And it needs to heal. It's blocked. There's a fear of going inwards. The ego self is petrified of emotions like shame. It doesn't want you to touch it. And that's why it'll tell you that your authenticity and who you really are, that's bullshit. Getting back to authenticity, there's no such thing as that. Keep putting on your masks. Last card for you. It's the 8 of Swords. It's in reverse. So we'll look at this in an upright position. This is all the things. Swords are all about our mental energy. Things that people told you about yourself. So let's look at this individual here. Here's all the things that people told her. You're a piece of shit. You're not worthy. You don't deserve this. You're this. You're that. Here they are, collected all throughout these years. And you're feeling quite trapped. Very, very trapped by all of these swords right here. All of these things that people told you about yourself. You've been carrying them around, and you feel like you cannot step out of this. You can step out of it. And so there's a real resistance here to going and looking at, how you need to get out of this, and to realize that you can get out of this. There is a big part of you that could not get out of this when you were younger. You were trapped. These people told you all these things about yourself, made you feel unworthy when you were younger. You couldn't get out, but you can do it now. You know why? She's an adult. She can walk away, right? See these emotions in the background here? They're not really flowing, are they? They're at her feet. They're there, but she's stomping on them. She doesn't want to look at them. She's got a blindfold on. She doesn't even want to look at those emotions right there. That's you. But you can get out. You can walk away. You can feel the shame now. You can feel the shame. So I'm going to give you a playlist on getting back into your body, which is on grounding and on shame. So big one for you this month. And Capricorn, I want you to have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. This is the hardest journey of your life, but it's the most important one. So I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye. Oh, I'm not saying bye yet. I forgot to pull an oracle card for you. Oh, I'm so glad I caught it before it clicked off. Okay, so here we go. Here's your oracle card, and then I'll say bye. An oracle card for Capricorn to end this. Almost wanted to come out. I know there's a card in here for you. I bent it in half. Okay, Stag Spirit, take the lead. Number 58. Okay, here. Right here. Stag Spirit, take the lead. Whether or not you have set your intention to lead, You may have found yourself suddenly called to step up to the forefront of your life. Stag Spirit is a reminder that now is the time to heed the call to be sure, strong, and compassionate. Others will look to you, and you have it within you to see through the eyes of Stag Spirit and walk with confidence as you take on responsibilities. Be willing to see the best in others so that your compassionate heart keeps you on the right path. Stag Spirit wants you to know that your responsibilities now are to yourself too. For you are learning and developing new skills. You are a model for transformation now, sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others, so they may grow and discover their best selves too. What a gift you are. Stay humble and authentic and walk your talk, for this is how a wise leader leads. And now I'll say bye.